I just want to thank Mrs. Carroll for being supportive during my senior year. It's a very stressful time, and she's always there for you, and she's always somebody you can talk to, and she's also just a good teacher all around. And Mrs. Callison, I also want to thank her. She's been my advisor in newspaper for like 3 years, and she was my English teacher, and she's just awesome and very helpful, and I'm glad I have her.
I would like to say thank you to Mr. Shove. He had to put up with a lot of my craziness my freshman year when I dumped my backpack out in the middle of his class. So I'd like to thank him for that, and he's an awesome track coach and an awesome person to have in my life.
I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Connie Anand. I know she doesn't give it a lot of love around school because of her tough grading, and I'm certainly not here to dispel that, but through her tough grading, I really learned how to become a better writer, and I wouldn't be where I am today as a writer without her teacher.
I just want to thank you, Mrs. Callison, for being my mentor for 2 years and one of my best friends, too, in the classroom. And I'm so happy to have learned everything I know about journalism from you, and you helped me discover what I want to do with the rest of my life. So, thank you.
I want to thank my teacher, Jim Roeder, for opening creative experiences for me and my classmates.
Thank you, Coach Chitty, for creating such a welcoming environment in your classroom/gymnasium. You are amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Roeder, for teaching us in class as well as making things fun. Our favorite thing in the class was definitely the podcast that we did. You taught us a lot how to use the booth and everything there. I'm really happy that I got to do it.
I want to thank Mrs. Gentry for always being there for me inside and outside of school and helping me through English last year.
I would like to thank Mrs. Holt because she has been a huge help as my senior project mentor, and she actually taught me how to sew, which was super useful for my entire project, and I enjoyed so much that the skill that she taught me I want to continue to use and keep making clothes for the rest of my life. So huge shout out to Mrs. Holt.
Thank you, Mr. Hartman, for having a positive attitude and a great learning environment.
And thank you, Mr. Schmidt, for helping me in econ and pushing me to succeed inside and outside of class.
Thank you, Mr. Bunton, for being so understanding and having a great classroom environment.
I would like to thank Mrs. Gulwacki because for the first time in 4 years, she made Spanish fun, and I felt like I had actually learned something in Spanish. And to this day, I still use some of the things that she had taught me in class.
I would like to thank Mrs. Gratz because she was always the kindest and sweetest teacher, and she always made health pretty fun, and I really enjoyed her class.
Thank you, Mrs. Gentry and Mrs. Hambling, for always being accommodating to Bridge students and making sure that we have everything that we need to be able to succeed in your classes.
I want to thank Madame Bray for having to teach 2 classes of French from north to east and still dealing with my bad French.
I'd like to thank Senora Heredia for just dealing with me in class.
I want to thank Mrs. Hartwell for being so accommodating for my food allergy in our class, because I know how hard it can be to incorporate a food allergy into a food-based class.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Schmidt. I was in Bridge for the whole entire year, so learning my AP classes was kind of complicated, but he made sure to always be available, and he even posted videos to take notes over up until right now. So that was really great. He was also very organized with his schedule and even posted things ahead of time sometimes. So thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. The teacher that I would like to give a little bit of gratitude this week is Miss Guncher, because she has been a really awesome teacher this year since I've been doing school basically entirely online. And I had her first semester for ethnic studies, which was her first time doing the class, and she made it so fun and really interesting and was always really helpful with the students and made Google Forms for us to do little mental health check-ins, and she's just super awesome. So Ms. Gunter, thank you so much for everything you do.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to thank Mrs. Callison. I've been doing Bridge this entire school year, and I think one of the hardest things has been staying in the loop with everyone else and always knowing what's going on in classes. And she's done an amazing job at answering clarifying questions and keeping me in the loop. So thank you.